have our next speaker, Mr. Prashant Mohanty, to talk about Sir. Sir has a rich experience in pharma, spreading to a 3 decades. Sir has grown in this industry to the level of director, and now he is a director on board on Galacus Healthcare. Sir academically has done IIM from Bangalore, and today I will again request Sir to share his thoughts on the topic which we have, the
Prashant sir.
changing dynamics. So, sir, over to you.
Okay. So, thank you, Vinod, and thank you all the panelists as well as the team from Live Pharma Coalition. I think as Debasis mentioned, it's a great learning, not only that the viewers who are on live in this webinar, but for us also, even if we have spent 2 decades or 3 decades, there is always a space for learning. I think I must thank all the viewers, those who have come out and logged in on a Sunday, which is supposed to be a family time, but always if time invested on learning will always pay you better. So whatever little knowledge or experience we have gained, I will try to share in the next 10 minutes the time allocated to me in terms of the challenges during this COVID-19. But before that, I would like to wish each one of you a happy Ganesh Chaturthi. And also, please do take care wherever you are. Take care of yourself and your family during this trying time. Now, all of us know what are the challenges that we have been facing. I think I will, instead of looking at the challenges, I will look at what are the opportunities, because every challenge or every difficult time will definitely bring in some opportunity. And that's what, like, just to tell you, Galacus, Art Galacus also are trying to do that during this challenging time, how we can look at the opportunities. Now, what are the opportunities during this? So the first one is looking at this COVID-19, and all of us know that where India stands, our industry, as Devasis mentioned, I think after IT, the best industry is supposed to be where India can be proud of is the pharmaceutical industry, which is huge, growing almost more than 10% in a double digit, and can be almost like $55 billion industry. So that's a quite huge and remarkable. So all must feel happy that we are working in an industry where we can bring impact to life. So it is not only that, okay, we just do some business, but we can bring some impact to the life. That's one. Number two, the whole world is looking at India. And perhaps the story of hydroxychloroquine, which started early March, has given a lot of impetus as well as pride for all of us to be part of this industry, that how the entire world was looking at a drug, which is very easy to manufacture, not so difficult in terms of technology. At the same time, because of our strong supply chain and manufacturing capability, we can be proud of that. So those are few other points. Now, post this COVID or during the COVID, what the government has taken the initiative. Now, this will open up the opportunities in terms of the government support for research and development as well as creating innovation. So when it comes to innovation, because unless until we as an industry innovate, we will be having a lot of difficulties in the coming times. Till yesterday, what was happening that India was like, if you look at how many branded generics we have more than 60,000 branded generics. But can India be an innovator for any drug? So I think we have seen that in one of the example of, it's not a drug, but in the PP. We never used to manufacture PP, but suddenly, not that we didn't have the capability, but we had the capability, but perhaps we are not looking at that and we are trying to import that product. Even at the same time, in the ICU setups, the ventilators, all those things which are not able to manufacture in India, we started doing that. And there is going to be a huge support from the government side in the project of Atmanirbhar, so that we manufacture our own requirements, whatever is needed. And the same thing need to be translated to our pharmaceutical drugs. And in the drugs, there is going to be a lot of, all of us know that what is the incentive which has been given by the government for API, the production link incentives, because 60% or more than 60% of our API we used to import from China. But when the supply chain got disrupted, which was the challenge we faced, now Now we need to start developing our own API. Now, all those are going to be the initiatives which the government is going to help us in terms of. The second part is lot of support in terms of the infrastructure development. Now, if I correlate with other industry, like in the say auto industries, now there are a lot of, or IT, there are a lot of IT parks or auto industry, because when a vehicle is manufactured, there are maybe thousands or many small industries which are supporting to actually get the finished product. Whereas that is not the scenario in pharma. So that is what I mean by a lot of support will be given for infrastructure development, and that will be, which will be helpful in terms of supporting all the APIs or the intermediates to get out the finished product, including the back-end R&D. So that is another support or the opportunity which will be the support for all of us. The third is we as a country also is very strong in drug development. So when you come to drug development, like that is also given the choice. Like look at the vaccine, how soon we could able to develop. And the good news, okay, we need to validate that, but the good news which is coming, that in the next 73 days, the vaccine is going to be available for COVID-19. So by the Serum Institute. So that gives a lot of hope as well as strong impedance to all of us that yes, we are in that industry. And if we are able to collaborate and get this, because a vaccine cannot, because Serum Institute collaborate with the Oxford University to get the vaccine, and the trials is going to get over the next 58 days. And if you're able to get the vaccine the next 73 days, that too at a price which is unbelievable. So those are our advantage or that opportunity that we need to look at. And again, it will also look at the production. The fourth will be the opportunity will be, there will be a strong domestic demand. So when I say that strong domestic demand, in addition to what export, the big companies, what the export is happening, we will not forget the domestic market, because the domestic market itself is going to be another opportunity for all of us. And which my previous speaker, Debashish, spoke about, that perhaps one company or one may not be sufficient to address all the issues. Now, it will also take out that, okay, am I as a company or am I as a manufacturer able to reach to all the nook and corners of the country? Perhaps no. So that will also, because then in the bargain, we are leaving our opportunities which is inside our country and looking outside. And during this pandemic, when the challenges are there everywhere, this domestic demand also will help you. So while I do definitely do admit the challenges which are faced across, right from manufacturing to supply chain to sales and marketing, which I'm not going, maybe my other speakers will highlight on that, the challenges of reaching out to customers, those challenges. But there are a huge opportunity which I see can be of a future, and where all of us need to collaborate and build partnership, be it with the government, be it with the academics, the research institutes. It's not only that we partner among ourselves, but we need to also partner with the other companies. And look at the digital, this one, the e-pharmacy, like supply chain was a big issue during this time. Look at the surge of business by the e-pharmacy. Till yesterday, whom we are looking at that they are the competitors, or they're doing wrong things for the market by offering discount, looked at as an opportunity. The hospital which looked at healthcare at home as a threat has become an opportunity, and they started partnering with themselves to provide healthcare at home. Every hospital, because till yesterday they did not develop those capabilities. So I think moving ahead, in addition to all those what I mentioned, we need to also look at who are my partnership, and I need to be provide a holistic approach rather than just doing it sales and marketing and providing a drug or claiming that. Unless until we do that, I think the survival also will be a question mark, because while there's a huge competition, but if all of us collaborate with or build an ecosystem, that will also give a competitive edge, and also will help us to build our business and retain our business as well as grow. So those are a few of my thoughts or points which I thought I will share with
Yeah.
the audience.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Just to sum up, you talked about the pharma industry, which is being the second best after IT. And as you rightly said, government initiative has now started R&D. Innovation is the key word for pharma industry, where we need to innovate. You also talked about the capability buildings, which are there with Indian companies. 60% we were dependent on imports and China. This will definitely turn around. Sir, you rightly said drug development, especially vaccines, which is India is seen as a not only the uh, production in terms of the vaccines, but also the cost edge. Unlike Western counterpart, where cost is the higher side, India has the advantage of cost. That is the best part you said. And definitely, as you rightly summed up, whether e-pharmacies or you talk about today's era is collaboration. So if you collaborate together, and definitely these challenges which are there can be overcome through digital and collaboration. Thank you, sir, for your views, sharing this. Be with us.